All right, cool. So go ahead, continue with the pattern that you've been describing to me.
Yeah, so it's you talk about like the time factors of going through periods where you kind of everything comes at you and then you resolve it and you go to this kind of clearer, more more like inviting ground. But I feel like I go through it a lot. Like it's some
Uh-huh.
days I'll be super up and I'll feel super confident, like composed. Everything will be kind of aligned with who I want to be.
Right.
And then I'll shrink down and I'll contract into this like version of me that isn't really what I want to sustain. It's like a smaller, more, I don't want to say weak, but it's like I can't take things on the chin as well. And then you'll go back to these periods where you're expansive, like feel really good. Things will be happening. Like I'll be ma making more money. I'll be like having really good social interactions when I'm out. And I feel like I'll be coming up with these super expansive ideas. And then I'll go to the other side where I just feel like that self-doubt, the anxiety, the yeah, and it's just this fluctuation between going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I kind of just want to not necessarily because I know that that's just how it works. Like you're always going to have these like contrasts of doing well and then doing bad. That's just there's left, right, there's up and down. But I think for me, it's more trying to find a home ground where it's not so like not debilitating, but not so yeah. Mm. Do you kind of understand what I'm where I'm coming from?
Basically, what I'm hearing is that you're having the times where everything's going smooth, and then time changes, and then
Mm.
you are put under this um, a different state, like
Mm.
more doubtful state, more like almost like you feel like you've been not yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yes.
I mean, the first premise is um, that the idea that it has to be natural and that's just the way it is, it's not true. The times are natural.
Mm.
Like these times will go the way they go, right? The
Yeah.
challenges will come as they come. But the problem of why you remain, for example, in a doubtful state when the time changes, it is because you have to learn how to use other faculty besides your mind or the brain.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is
because
what I want to show you today.
I was listening to your video yesterday about that, and it was really interesting, like making the differentiation between like the analytical thinking, which is always going, it like makes these infinite loopholes around and around. You can think all you want all day, which I think I'm borderline addicted to thinking, to be honest. I mean, like most
Right.
people are.
Right, right, right.
And then you were talking about like the stillness, the state, and I was kind of just feeling that because I was at the gym at the time and I just felt so calm. I was like in this state of just full relax, but I don't consciously do that enough, I don't think, is like going into that, like you just said, like thinking with your heart instead of your mind.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned the thinking loop, right?
Mm.
Now, um, at this particular moment, because we're gonna do everything live,
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
particular moment, can you see what your mind is doing?
Yeah, yeah, I can. Do you want me to explain it to you?
Just give me the pattern of what it's doing.
Thinking, am I speaking enough to be able to communicate what is inside my head and then kind of like doubting myself, I guess.
Okay.
Doubting myself slightly. Like being attent and aware of you, obviously, in the situation, but still thinking like, is this enough to show you? Is this enough to make like a result, to make a change? Like putting pressure on it, I guess.
Okay. So you're putting pressure upon yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
do that.
now can you, okay. Now, is there any kind of emotion attached to this?
Well,
Uh,
I'll say there's more tension. I feel a lot of tension instead of I definitely still emotion, but it's like I feel it in my lower back, and it's still emotion. It's like an emotionary feeling, but it's like a um yeah, like a physical tenseness in my lower back and like it's a rigidity to myself. Like I want to squeeze up and like hide myself.
So how would you describe that feeling? Is it a pressure?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a pressure, and I feel it a lot in my lower back. Like I'll be going through my day to day, and I'll just feel this super, super intense like tightness in my lower back. No, it's like I'm quite active. Like I try to stretch every single day. Like I stay really active, but it's not like a muscle pain. Like it's quite familiar muscle pain. It's more like a just a constricting, like a tightness in one
Okay.
spot, and you try to relax it, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Okay.
Really do anything unless I change my mode of I guess operation where I go from this like tighter it's like sympathetic versus parasympathetic. That's kind of how I think about it. If I'm like in this fight or flight, I'm like defend myself, looking self-doubting, like that feeling that I was just describing to you before. Like if that kind of comes to me, then I feel constricted. But then when I'm relaxed and I'm open and I'm operating from like a more of a confident standpoint, I don't really notice it. I don't notice the pain at all. It's a physiological reaction, I think, to being in a fight or flight.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you're saying that there is a process of thinking, we'll go about addiction of thinking, which is like automatic thinking keeps on running, right? That's one side. And on a psychosomatic side, you get a tension in your lower back. That's a
Mm.
physical contraction. And then you have this mental running around, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you just described symptoms of the real cause, the root cause. And we're gonna
Yeah.
go to the root cause right now.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. So as I'm saying these words, do you feel anything in your chest arising, any kind of feelings?
Yeah, yeah. Like the root cause, I guess you're kind of tempting me with not freedom. Yeah, yeah, I'd say freedom. That's the best way. You're like tempting me with this golden nugget of
Uh-huh.
it's hope. It's like looking forward to something that could be like the release of my
Uh-huh.
silly. I think I know where it comes from. Actually, I'll explain this to you one time. I had this really, really strong vivid like visualization. I can't remember what I was doing. Oh no, I was meditating. I was meditating in my room and I see this massive golden light. I don't know, it's like a sun with like, and its boundary to the sun was everything. It was completely just golden, blissful light. But then
Uh-huh.
over covering that, those lights were like little blocks, like building bricks that were covering the source. And I kind of thought of that as like, those are my belief systems, whether or not they're positive, they're negative, they're just beliefs
Uh-huh.
and they're covering me from this source of like brightness. And then I kind of just sat there and I watched the bricks for ages. And I remember this is before I started watching your videos. I was kind of just watching the bricks, just kind of observing just to see what they were. And then they kind of just naturally assided. And then I saw the super like golden glowing light that was like covering all of me. But then in my mind, I was sitting in that like pure bliss, like psychedelic level experiences. Like I've done MD and stuff like those drugs. I've never ever felt anything as like blissful or peaceful as it. And then my mind was still like, oh yeah, I can come back to this later. Like I've never experienced anything else like as good as it. And then my mind was still looking for more, like looking for something more to put on the cake. It wasn't enough for me, which was, and then I got out of it and I was kind of reflecting on it. Why did I leave that place? Like I had ability and I've tried to meditate and go back to that place, but I've just never been able to find it again. It's like lost to the experience realm, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, very good, very good. This is often the case. What happens to people when they experience this ecstatic bliss, but sometimes it is arriving what you did with your mind.
Hmm.
Okay. So there's a lot of exercises that you could do to create that state, but that's not the real bliss. It
No,
is
no.
it is induced through the mind. It's the exact same thing as if you're taking a drug.
Mm,
And
mm.
so it's good that you're talking to me because I'll show it the other way. Because you know the term chasing the dragon,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
that's it. And so a lot of people go into that tangent and they're chasing that dragon and they do all sorts of Joe Dispenza exercises, all these toxic positivity things.
yeah, yeah.
And and that is the motion of consciousness of seeking.
Hmm.
That is not your heart. This is the mind trying to connect those dots, the yin and the yang energies, the masculine and feminine energies, through the mind. And
Mm.
you can experience this temporary ecstasy, but it's a dark ecstasy.
Yeah.
You're getting off on it. Does that make sense? You're not free.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's like, and then as soon as it goes away, it's like even consuming information as well. Like I watch so many, like I've read all the big esoteric books. Like Thinking Rich was the first one I read, and then I went deeper
Right.
and deeper to like Charles F. Hannell, like Intimate with Infinite Rolf Waldo Trine, and like all those esoteric books. And it's like you get these little snippets of I call them like gold nuggets, like little golden nuggets of information, and they just make you feel so good, you're so euphoric, and it'll bump your state up for the rest of the day or however long, but then it will just reset back to normal. It's like not, it's like an unnatural way of going from here to here, and then you feel like just on a consciousness level, and everything around you, like your awareness is higher, you feel more in tune, like the information that kind of just comes at you is of way, way, way higher quality, and then like drop down to the other end of the scale, and then you kind of get you get the feedback from that level. Like, have you read the book Levels of Energy by Frederick Dodson? It's kind of like
No.
that concept. When you're at a frequency or rate of vibration, you get hit with the information that's at that rate. And then if you go to a different one, then you get hit from that rate of vibration. And then so I would go from this lower level where I'd get all the self-doubt, like all the negative kind of attributes of consciousness, I guess, from what I've explored. And then to the opposite side where I'd get super blissful, I'd be like pumped up, like I don't know. It's like you just feel expansive versus contracted, I guess.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Now, now you are aware of this motion of seeking that
Mm.
next thing, right? Let's watch another video. Let's see if I can get another idea. Let's see if I can another knowledge, what you're doing is you are getting off on you know knowledge.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um and it is a type of a pacification of your ego.
Mm.
Okay. It's great that, I mean, that you're recognizing that there is this motion of seeking. Now, it is always about like, next, let me get to that point, and as soon as I get it, I'll be okay. Then you have it a little bit for, and then another one. Let's go for the next, and it's never ending. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are in this loop, right? That's what
Definitely.
it's, yeah. So that's the motion of consciousness of seeking.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we're doing now, right here, is we're flipping upside down right now, because your consciousness is used to seeking for the next.
Rather than being content with what I have. So it was
Right.
more greedy ego, like give, 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 take, take, take.
Right. But now we are going to look at it. So can you find whatever that is that makes you seek something in the next that is better than the now? Can you find that?
Yeah, I can feel it. I can
Okay.
definitely. It's pretty obvious. Like it's, it's always there.
Okay. Now just become aware of it. Just place your attention there.
Hmm.
Okay. Your mind may still want to do something with it, but
It feels good
don't.
almost.
What's that?
Feels almost good. Like it feels like a tiny little bit like I I want it. Like it's like go down this path, like
Yeah,
chase
yeah.
me.
It's, I know,
Yeah.
because there's a real gravity of your soul pulling you towards the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel that gravity there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what it's asking you is your attention.
Mm.
The more attention you give it to it, like, where is it in your body right now?
I kind of feel it in my chest, like spreading up the my back.
Perfect. Just become aware of it and place your attention on it.
On the physical feeling or both, like both the just the substance and the physical feeling.
Uh, the feeling. Let's not name it. Let's not say it's physical, but the feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the feeling that is uh, trying to get something so it does not feel bad or whatever, right? But
Mm.
now that you're giving it attention, you're not giving it a fix, you're giving it attention. And notice when you give it attention, and the more attention you give it, the more calm it gets.
Mm. Yeah.
And so you may find it that it's like trying to move into another place or it's trying to move it, follow it, keep going with your attention there.
I feel it moving around.
Yes, good. Keep following it, and keep your attention there. Now, as you're becoming a little bit better at keeping attention there, at the same time, become aware of the space around you. Keep the attention there, but
Hmm.
become aware of the space around you as well. Do not let go, but also don't cling to it. Get that soft type of attention on it.
Yeah.
Okay. It wants a right type of attention. Sometimes you have to go deeper, and sometimes you need to open up.
Yeah, I can feel the tightness in my back, like getting more tight. So I think it's like me gripping onto it too much. It's like it's gonna fall through, but I just watch it.
All right. Keep watching it.
Mm.
And can you feel its movement? Can you feel it? It's maybe cracking and popping and
It's gone from my upper back all the way to the lower. Like it's like condensed in my lower back.
uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes.
It's strange. Like even from watching all your videos, I kind of know to do this, but I've never really sat and just done it before. Like sat
Because
and truly, yeah,
yeah,
truly
yeah,
just all my attention in it. It's like, oh, where's the next bit of information? Where's the next bit of information? But I've never actually like practiced mostly,
yeah,
like even visualization and stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah,
Just
like I
yeah, just
yeah,
give it all your attention. And
yeah, like
as you
even
talk to
talk,
me, keep the attention there.
I can talk to you, but I can still definitely feel it there. It's like I
Good,
can
good.
split. It's not just yeah.
So we're gonna keep the attention there until it dissolves. We're not gonna try to make it dissolve. We're not gonna do any of the sorts. We're just going to watch it.
Mhm.
And as you watch it, um, your mind may be labeling pressure or you know ache or whatever. It's the word. It's the pattern or the name that the mind gives it, and that very naming makes it uncomfortable. But what you're trying to do right now, we're trying to really look deeper, deeper, deeper without the mind until we really see what it is. This is why we're trying not to use the mind, but just your attention.
Yeah.
Because mind is intention, it implies the change, the movement. But what we're doing right now, we're actually placing attention, which does not imply the movement.
It's just pure. Yeah. Yeah, I can even like start to just that normal predictable like yeah, you feel the pain like it's warm. Like I feel it warm like spreading over me.
Great. That
And
that that is dissolving.
yeah, yeah, I can it's super warm and it's like it's feeling like I'm just more and more relaxing. Like I feel my shoulders sinking down and then
Nice, nice, nice. Perfect.
mm,
And the more you look at it, Notice how you can rest on it.
Mm.
The more you rest on it, the better it feels. And I'm not trying to suggest anything to you. I'm just saying it's best just to look at it. And upon like what you just described to me, there was a change and became warm. And then the mind comes in, labels it warm, right? That's all right. But you keep going there without labeling, keep watching, and it's you won't be able to make note of what it is because it's gonna be so.
No way of explaining it. There's no way of explaining it. Like this, I was trying to think, how do I explain, how do I articulate it more? But that's
But
just
it's
going
okay. Just
mind.
be with it. Just be with it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This is cool. It feels like epic. Like it feels nice.
What does it feel like?
It feels nice. It feels epic. It feels like it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you know when you kick your shin really hard and then like 30 seconds later you feel fine. Like it's like this excruciating pain. It's like really, really hurts. And then you get this like like feeling, you know, like
Yeah.
that like relaxed fine thing. That's kind of how it's kind of beginning to feel. It's like just sitting with it is it, I've tried to play around with this feeling before, but I've never really like fully relaxed onto it. I've always kind of seen it and then pushed it away, like pushed it aside,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
and like let it actually do its thing. It's always been sitting in the background. Yeah.
Is it getting more peaceful?
Yeah, way more peaceful.
Yeah,
I don't even feel any tension really anymore.
yeah. And your voice has changed too.
Tension to relaxation to mm,
Just keep observing it, keep watching it. Play with it, like try to give different types of attention.
like almost comes in waves, but then
Mm-hmm.
you just slightly differently in it. Uh, it's funny. It makes me laugh that it's like it's just easy.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
Natural. It's like natural you want to do it. But I just never done that before. That's crazy. I don't even it's still there, but it's like I'm just getting more and more like
Yeah, it's you are almost like unraveling it back into coherence.
mm,
It's like this knot is just like dissolving into the
yeah,
fabric of your essence, of your soul, if you will.
yeah.
And that coherence feels very peaceful. It's always here. It never goes away. The
No, I
only
don't.
the only reason why it may seem like it's away is because you're not giving it attention. As soon
Mm,
as and sometimes you may forget giving attention and it may build up a little bit. And so when you bring back the attention, it may be like, whoa, that's a lot. Like you said, it's like a sharp feeling, but as soon as you give it attention, it
it slowly mellows out, yeah. It takes a second though. It's like it like burns. It goes from like a really dense log and it just gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter until it comes to dust. And then the dust just feels like, oh yeah, you can just go
yeah.
anywhere.
So so what you're using right now is not the mind because there's
Mm,
no process of thinking going on, right?
yeah.
But it has a capacity to dissolve it. And it's almost like you're watching it, you're giving it attention. There's not the mind,
Mm,
and it does it automatically. It almost like knows exactly what to do with that problem that mind will never resolve. Mind will always try to Frankenstein it and fix it temporarily. But this faculty, that your attention, that you're turning upon itself, has a capacity to burn it through and put it back into coherence of what I would call your soul.
Yeah, yeah. I like how you talk about the toroidal fields and how it's like seeing it as mismatched and or not. It's like the lines don't line up properly, and then you can kind of put them together, I guess, or just
Yes.
rearrange and shape it to a more coherent structure, like you've been just saying.
Yeah. And that warmth, that glow, um, it's just nice to bask in it sometimes.
Mm. Yeah,
It
definitely.
it's mind will never be able to replicate it. And
Yeah.
the more you stay with it, the more that angst feeling unraveling, the more in something beautiful it turns.
Mm.
You may even feel like a subtle sweetness, perhaps.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. It does feel slightly sweet. It's funny, like it's like it it's like I haven't done this before, and so it's all condensing. Like I'm like kind of gathering it down my entire back. Like I can feel
Uh-huh.
it in my and it's down and down and down, and then in my lower back where I was talking about where I feel most of the
Uh,
pressure on day to day is that's where it just feels like it's just pooling to. And the more I sit it there, it's like getting lighter, and Mm. It's a fun little game.
it is.
Mm.
Right now, because you haven't done before, right now it's sort of like you're getting used to it, but you also can see that that's it, basically.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I can.
that you don't need to seek for the uh, you know, whatever the mind was seeking. That you're
No,
flipping it around right now, and you can see
yeah.
that that is the way, and that's it. Sometimes it may be difficult to look there because like there's something painful that's happening in your life, you know, but still that's the answer. Still, you just have to give it all undivided attention, and sometimes the right type of attention. Sometimes you have to give it attention that's a little bit softer. So like you have to what I call like a courage and surrender. The courage is to just go there where it's the most uncomfortable thing, and surrender
Yeah.
is just like open up and give it space. And that's what your heart can do, like an eye.
Mm. Yeah. I wonder how this will. One of the things I wanted to like clear up with you with doing this kind of alchemy thing is I wonder if it would help just take action because I feel like I'm always caught in this limbo of like seeking, 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 and then never truly act taking action on what I've gained so much knowledge in the past, but I wouldn't call it wisdom because it's not used, it's not actually actualized. It's like a I almost call it fraudulent. Like it's a waste of time doing all this thing and not realizing it. And then I've like caught myself in this trap where I know exactly what to do. I know where to go in order to increase my, I guess it's like a stat game for me. It's like I want to get better at my social skills. I want to get better at business. There's just so many simple things that I know I need to do that just comes from a coherent plan and take action. But then it's like there's this blockage in between me doing that, and that's this fulfillment, this seeking, like I need more, I need more, I need more. I'm not there yet.
Right, right, right.
Can't actually sit and realize it, and it's like this never-ending loop. And I need to, but then it's like saying need. It's like I'm gripping onto this like ideal outcome of me just taking consistent action towards what I want to do for this amount of time. But I know that's not really how it works. Like it's always a fluctuation of working and then kind of resting. But I've always been in this resting, like chilled back, laid back, like just doing whatever the fuck I want because I can kind of thing, rather than actually doing what I know my soul needs. And it's like going around in all these circles, like craving and filling all my ego out with, I don't know, lying, like creating this version of me that isn't real around people to see how they react. Just- yeah, like I don't know. It's like this fraudulent version of myself that goes around and around. And it's just always going to be like that unless I just take control of it. But I don't know how it wins. It like wins a lot of the time where I'll feel it like I'm in bed, like, oh yeah, I need to get up and do something. And then I'll just be like, oh yeah, another 10 minutes, another whatever. It's like this procrastination loop.
Okay. So that's the past. You
Mm,
described the past. And you described like accumulation of knowledge and seeking and all these things. That's the past. No, what are you without it?
I'm just here, just experiencing. I'm awareness, I guess. Awareness, yeah.
Then where is it? Everything that you described, where is it?
It's coming from me. The awareness is coming from me, or it's me directing that. I'm directing that awareness towards those things.
But if you cannot look at the past or the future, because if you do look at the past or the future, that's the mind. Your mind just turned on
Mm,
and uh, gave a reason that pulled the information from the past.
mm.
But if you can go to the past or the future, what is left?
Mm. There's mm, there's me, I guess, in the future and the past. There's me, but there's the version of me that I th think it's not real. It's not the present me.
It's not
It's
you.
yeah, it's not me. It's my mind playing tricks to direct myself to
Exactly.
mm,
So what are you? If you cannot go to the past or the future, what are you?
here now. That's it. It's the quality of now.
And how does the quality of now feels like?
It feels good, but then when I started talking about that, like the tension came up again.
Good.
It
Go to the attention.
goes into my attention and then it sits in my back and my lower back. But I was kind of doing it as it was coming up, as I was talking about that. I noticed myself being like, oh, fuck, you're not there. Like this image of you isn't presentable enough, I guess. And then the tension comes up, the tension comes up, the tension comes up. And I
Do you
just see
see
it.
what it's doing? Do you see what it's
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. It's my
That,
mind
that,
like,
that attention is the past or the future.
mm,
The
well,
and I'll tell you what, the future is when you feel pain, and the past is when you feel pressure.
mm,
So right now we just basically
that's,
went down all the way to the source of it, that you're experiencing it now as either pain or the pressure, and that's where we're at. And as soon as your
mm,
mind tries to escape it to the past or the future, it creates those feelings inside of you. And what you do in response is you just become aware of them and place attention there.
mm. Wow.
And so little by little, you're going into what you really are, which is the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, this is crazy. I didn't even think of that. Like, whoa, it's so simple. It actually really is just so simple.
Very simple. So simple.
Like also, like I know it. Like I know it as well. It's not nothing that's new to me. It's like just so obvious. It's in front of you, and it's like you're ignoring it. It's for more like, oh, it can't be this easy. Like, let me make it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
exactly.
me make it slightly harder because in today's day and age, everything needs to be so complex, but it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Everything's so simple. You just
Yeah,
sit there, feel it, you watch it rise in your back, and you just watch it. You just let it go.
yeah. And so little by little, you are settling in of what you are. And then
Mm,
when you settle in there, then you can basically start your life and trust that essence of you, that it feels very peaceful and sometimes very
mm,
blissful. It changes all the time. It's not a static thing. You are not a static thing. You are alive. You're always changing. It sometimes is more peaceful, sometimes is more blissful, sometimes it's sweet, sometimes there's all sorts of feelings that always coming up there of what you are. And when that is happening, uh, whatever comes from there, from that mystery box, that
Mm.
what you can trust because it came from something that is not the mind. It did not come from the past, did not come from the future. It came from this infinite field. That one you can take it at the bank and cash it, and you act on that.
Yeah. No, I totally see it. Makes you
And
want to just sit there. It makes you just want to like after a while. It's at the start. It's like, oh, I don't want you to look. Like I don't want to look there. It's 'cause it's like kind of almost painful to start with. It's like this
right.
like the shock. But then after the time, after a while, like throughout this conversation, I've just been keeping my attention there. It just feels more and more like I want to be there rather
Yeah,
than running.
exactly. Exactly. And when your consciousness in your mind gives up and says like, yeah, I cannot compete with that. You have this on the tap all the time. I can't do this. Like what I've been trying to do is just cannot compete with that. So your mind will retire from trying to make you happy and it's going to focus on the things like business, making right decisions, calculating things, whatever it needs to do. It becomes a tool. But
Mm,
who's in charge now? The mind is no longer in charge.
yeah,
That
it's either control or be controlled, and this is the way to let control your mind because it goes silent. Like if you're putting your attention on your body and your mind don't work simultaneously, sort of. That's what it feels like. It's you can like if you force it, but you naturally just want to sit. Like my mind doesn't feel like it's constantly want to run because my attention's on something rather than like my attention being on my mind and being able to go anywhere. It's like I've turned the power off to my head and put it on my, well, in this case, lower back. I'm sure it'll move around eventually, but I just feel it sitting there like swirling, and my mind doesn't feel like it wants to rush everywhere. It's just stillness.
right. And so you notice that your mind is becoming more still, the more that feeling becoming more still.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. This is so cool.
Dude, it's the coolest thing ever. I think that, I mean, yeah, this is what I love to do. I love to show this to people because I know that like it's in my life that I mean it was without it I can't do what I used to do. It was all
Hmm.
backwards. You know, I had a lot of success, but it was just through brute force, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
through just willpower. And right now, I may make much fewer decisions, but they're solid.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't
Well,
waste time on the noise.
yeah, it's like rooted for you, I guess, rather than giving your attention to your mind, which then directs it to all this like little things that like, oh, do I need this done? Do I need to do more of this, et cetera, et cetera. It's like you've gone from that chasing space to resolved. Like you're approaching life from a place that doesn't need work. It doesn't need anything because you're settled in yourself and you're comfortable in the way that you're feeling right now. And then so your mind just naturally takes the right actions rather than coming from a place where you're skewed. Like if your body and I guess the way you talk about is your soul, like your center, if that's not in alignment, then your mind is going to take unaligned actions and everything like it doesn't,
Yeah.
I can see where you come from. Yeah.
And you
If
see,
you,
we didn't do any kind of method.
no, no.
I didn't ask you to do specific thing or anything. You, the only thing I ask you is to place attention at the source of that thing that makes you do stuff.
Yeah, and then play with that attention. And that's it.
Right. Because it may be anywhere. Sometimes it may be like in your lower back, like you're feeling, you know, sometimes in the throat, sometimes in the chest. It can be anywhere. So you cannot use method. You have to
Mm,
have that capacity of attention of following it, whatever it is.
yeah. It's like hunting it.
It's like hunting it down. Yeah. And it is a bit of a game because it's a bit of a hide and seek kind of game.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you settle into this, the game kind of stops and something magical. Alchemy is a type of hide and seek game. But
Mm,
but then when it settles in, and look, and you may spend a few hours watching it, you know? But as long as it takes. Sometimes, for example, it takes days for me because I'm dealing with like much stronger energies. Maybe you don't need to deal
Mm.
with that right now. That's not in your life. Maybe you'll come to this in the future, but it may take me days. But I
Mm.
know that I can keep on watching it, keep on settling in, and as soon as I find that perfect attention to it, it unlocks and it releases, and I know that it's resolved. You know.
Mm.
Um, but upon resolution, when there's a lot of that peace and that bliss, right now, I just want to ask you something. If you were to use all of your senses uh, to interpret that feeling, not the thought, not the words, but use your senses to interpret that feeling. Like you mentioned that it may feel a little bit like a sweet. That's just would be interpretation of the taste. But connect all of them. The sound, for example, what does the stillness sound like? What does the peace sound like?
It, it sounds like almost like sandpaper. I don't even know how to. It's like it's
Uh-huh.
there in the background, but it's like
Like a
bubbling.
white
It's like
noise, like a white
white,
noise.
white noise, like just.
Yeah, good, good, good,
Mm. And it feels really warm. It feels like
good. So the touch is warm. The sound is like a white noise.
mm,
The
and
taste is
it tastes like yeah, like sweet, but not quite sweet. It's like
right.
sweety, slightly sour. I don't know.
Sweet and sour. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It tastes like sweet and sour. And um so that's what's happening right now. That's how you interpret it with your senses right now. But it's alive. It will surprise you. It may like for
Something
example,
every
huh?
jump like back. It's like going from clumping to one side and swirling and then going to the other side and then it'll just shoot up your back. But you don't notice it unless you're putting your attention on it. Like I've never really noticed the tension. You need the attention to see the tension, which is kind of funny.
Isn't it interesting that the only difference between tension and release is
Yeah.
tension?
Yeah.
It's in the word. It's like, I mean, it's already suggested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel that spaciousness?
Yeah. I
It's
feel
alive.
I feel really like light, and it's like doing something with your body but not moving.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel quite light and spacious. And then parts of my back, but then it's like if I had like a cross section of my back right now, it's like there's light, super like helium versus boron, and then the boron really like weighs you down, but that's where the tension feels. And then
Mm.
everything else feels super light, and then it's denser. It's like the tension feels more dense and it stays in that spot.
That's great. I mean, now you're aware of the space, and then you're aware of that particle, right? The
Mm.
wave and the particle. And so the point of the alchemy is to make it neither particle, neither wave.
It just
So
is. Rather than labeling it, it just is, yeah.
absolutely. So that tension that is there, there's still something labeled there. It's labeled as attention. And it's okay as long as you give it attention, give it space, it will let go.
Hmm.
And yeah, so for example, focus on the space. Let's say become attentive of it and focus on the space. And it's gone.
Hmm. Yeah, well.
Isn't it cool?
It's so strange. Like, it's so easy. Like I don't it's this yeah, you feel like there's no even need to go down like that when I first started talking about what I kind of my the symptoms, I guess. It's like get this tension like build up thing, and then now that I'm sitting in this place, it's like was I even thinking about that? It's so stupid. Like I could just be in this place and like take action from this place rather than being so needing so much. Like you can just let
Absolutely.
go.
Absolutely. You can call this whatever you want, but like I like to call it contentment.
Mm.
You're content because your heart is not seeking to be fixed anymore. Now, as you go through life, because life happens, um, these things will happen, but you'll know what to do. You see, you know how to use the faculty of your soul or your heart, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So you don't use the mind, which is an appropriate tool to fix the distortions in your heart. Now you use the right type of tool for the right type of problem. But I'm not gonna lie to you and say that like life is not gonna bring you any of these more of these, uncomfortable feelings. But I'm
It's
giving
definitely
you,
a big possibility.
yeah, but I'm giving you the tool that you'll be able to handle anything,
Mm, mm.
you know? And so that's um that's life. But if you remain attentive there and if you settle in there, you're not gonna want to leave. And anything that is trying to take you out, you will immediately dissolve.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what I call remaining on your golden throne.
Remaining on the golden throne. I like it. Yeah, I'm curious to see like when have you kind of what like practical applications do you see, I guess, this form of alchemy for? Like other than you, it's always there for you, I guess. It's in as the intention in the background. But do you think you kind of noticed your the sensation in your body, like being able to be aware of your body, like at the gym, for example? Like, do you feel like you have a better picture of you as a being when you're in this state? Because I feel like aware, just quite aware. I feel more like using my attention to direct it. I
Yeah.
feel,
So the other side of it, once the alchemy is done, the other side is what you would call theurgy.
yeah, I'm really curious because yeah, yeah. Sorry, you go.
Yeah. And so what it is that you took that pattern that was distorted, you dissolved it, and you put it back into your own coherent field. Now, out of that coherent field, you can create something. And so the beginning of
Mm,
the creation of creating a new pattern that is not a distorted, that is harmonious, because you're creating from the template of peaceful bliss, which is coherence. So anything you're going to create from that is going to be harmonious, is going to be somehow perfectly fit into your life.
mhm,
It's
mhm,
not going to create strife or a conflict in your life.
mm,
It's very, very solid. So what you do from there, you are creating a feeling that has already packed the image that you want in your life, you know, and the sensations, which is basically physical manifestation. When it comes into your life, that's the world of sensations. The 3D physical world is the world of sensations. But
yeah,
you
yeah.
also have the world of images, which is your mind. Your mind can only work with images, which is like I like to call like, graphics
Listen, yeah,
processing
yeah,
unit, and then the sensations and word symbols. That's your, you know, uh, computing process unit, CPU, GPU,
yeah.
and this what we just did is QPU, like quantum, because you took something that is of time and brought it back into the infinite. But now from the
Mhm,
infinite, you want to weave something back into the time, but this time right, correct. And so it's a feeling. So
mhm,
now you may play with those feelings, okay? And this is still, I'm still learning this side of the world. Sometimes they come to me spontaneously and they come in from that source, poof, and it's like a beautiful feeling. And then I'm trying to see what that feeling is. It's just like something came out of there and it was just like amazing feeling. But then I look at this feeling and then I realize like, oh, that is my desire. That's how it feels like. Imagine feeling the feeling you never felt before.
Hmm. I
But
would it would scream out to you. Yeah, it's like what I was talking about before, that those really raised state of consciousness. It's like I remember the first time I felt that. It was so like beautiful, and it's like I definitely, because I had meditated beforehand, and then I was kind of in this very relaxed space, like almost like kind of how I'm feeling now, like super just content. Like I'm in a space where I didn't need anything. I don't like, because I used to be addicted to nicotine and stuff. And I remember sometimes after I finished meditating, I'd be like, why did I ever need that? Because I think I just naturally done this, the alchemy process of just putting your attention and just fully relaxing, like feeling the tension and just relaxing, 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 but doing it in a way that's not so necessarily cutthroat like this is, where you're just fully watching it and putting all of your attention into it.
yeah,
Like putting your eggs in two baskets, like what we're
right.
doing right now. And then it's always in the background. But then from this, when I'd finished meditating, it was like this content overall feeling. And then you would, yeah, it's like these little golden nuggets that would surge across you. I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But these golden nuggets come in the form of feelings.
Hmm.
And they may be super interesting. They're different. And they look, it may be like some comes along and just feels like that, and it feels like love. And that's like relationship that you want.
Hmm.
It's right. And that's what might bubble up. So as it bubbles up, you don't like, okay, in this particular case, you just remain on a golden throne. And with time, it will start popping these things up. For example, when you go to the gym, um, there's a lot of, because I'm in the world of senses and all my senses are connected to that source of the feeling, everything that I do is very, very enjoyable. Like
Hmm.
I feel the motion in all of my nervous system, and it's like lighting it up. And as it's lighting it up, it feels quite pleasurable, but it's not a pleasure, it's enjoyment.
Okay. Yeah.
It's deep enjoyment with what you do, you know? And sometimes as the feeling bubbles up, um, what I'm trying to do now is I'm using that feeling and I'm trying to interpret that feeling with my mind. Because this is what your mind is always is like, let me help you with this distortion. But now you say like, no, mind, thank you. We're gonna handle it. You handled it. But now when that feeling bubbles up, then you need a mind. Then you need a mind and to interpret what kind of image is that. It's a feeling of love. What kind of image pops into your mind? And you may see yourself with somebody in love.
Yeah.
So now you are basically manifesting the way you're supposed to manifest. You manifest from the feeling into the image and then sensation.
Yeah. Okay. It's reversing the roles. I'll see that.
And there's your business there and how it feels like to make a lot of money. That feeling
Hmm.
is there. It just it will bubble up.
Yeah. It's like expensive.
Yeah, what it feels like feeling secure financially and stable, that feeling will come in. And then it will come with the ideas and insights. And as you
Hmm.
have that feeling, sometimes you may take action without hesitation because it's directly from that feeling to action is direct. And
Hmm.
you
It's like,
later, yeah, later you may
yeah,
look at it and it's like, well, that was a kind of rash decision, but it worked out perfectly.
yeah. It's like an intuitive thing. It's like because you're coming from this such a resolved place of you're coming from this stillness and the coherent field, I guess is what you've been naming it as.
Yeah.
Then the natural byproduct of doing things from it's like playing a major scale and then trying to just randomly add in just like I'm going for a musical sense. It's like having a scale together and then adding some random as note, the entire music piece is going to fall apart. Well, as if you approach and you play from the scale and you don't add in different music. It's so funny how everything comes back to music. But yeah,
This
it's
is music. Theurgy
yeah.
is creating music with your feelings.
Mm,
Those feelings may even contain the music. It may contain the poem. It's how your mind will interpret it. This is how like all these geniuses create these wonderful pieces of art. The feeling comes along. And if it's a poet, then it's going to be a beautiful poem. If it's a musician, it's going to be a nice music piece.
Mm.
But the quality of harmony is the feeling.
Yeah, it's the feeling. It's nothing, it's no label. There's no like
No.
this is right in a specific way. It's just the pure, yeah, it's so yeah.
So to me, that's what your soul can do. Your soul can destroy the old and create something harmonious and new.
Mm.
And
Just
if you do not live from a soul, anything that in your life you're gonna do is it's going to be difficult, constant effort, constant fighting, conflicts, perversions, and all these other things.
mm.
If you do not live through the soul.
Wow. It's crazy if I didn't just really sit here, how long I would just be in that state of fighting for. Because it's like when you just watch the tension, initially it is a bit of a fight. It's like you have to it's not painful. It's not painful. It's like I kind of want to say it's painful, but it's not. It's like a little it's like rough. It's just rough to start with, and then you sit in there, you settle down, and you find comfort. You find the comfort in it. It starts to feel warm. It spreads around you. You just feel content rather than like I came into this as like, I want to like seeking like I can get more from it. But now I just feel like, oh, it's funny that if I just needed to like actually do it, like have the
Yep.
practice.
Yeah. That's why it works in person because we corner it.
Mm.
Like I don't let it escape with my essence, with what I do, with what I say. And I invite you not to let it escape either. And so we go all in. And because we're all in, then it works. Because
Mm.
like I think Jordan Peterson said, you don't get to play some games you don't get to play unless you're all in. This is one of those games. You
Yeah,
have to be
it's the
all
whole.
in.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Well, yeah, because I'm only 19, so I've got a lot of time left, so it's good. I
Dude,
can
you have
just.
no dude, you have no idea. You're gonna at 19 years old, you get this type of clarity. You're gonna be a
Mm,
king of the world. I can guarantee you.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not gonna be easy, but this is the only battle that's worth fighting.
Mm. Just don't even need to grasp for anything. Just sit and you're just content. Like this is it's like almost like the craving. It's just gets cured. It's like an IV drip of you're doing it right. Like your mind knows it should be there. And then you just get rewarded for doing the right thing. It's just sitting there and you just occasionally will get these nice, like warm, buzzy feelings that go. But
Yeah.
it's the tension's still there. Like I don't expect it to like I don't need it to go away. It's just I'm sitting there and then sometimes when I change my attention it'll get less kind of strong and then it will move spaces depending on how I'm looking at it. And then when I'm just moving around it, yeah, it's cool. I think it's a really good place to create from. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that tension that is still there, it's like your fuel. You can use it for the creativity. You
Mm,
create
mm.
the feelings within you that are beautiful, wonderful, musical, right?
Yeah,
And then you interpret that with your mind. Then the mind is now that other part of you, the avatar, right?
mm.
And so we all have different avatars, but like this essence that we're talking about, it's one.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah. So, but the avatars are different. So you may be more into music, I may be more like in the martial arts, whatever. But that creativity, that expression bubbles up and being interpreted by the mind, depending on the person.
Because I like one of the reasons why I originally stumbled into because I was like looking at some of your Web3 stuff because I've yeah I dabble with a bit of crypto here and there, not so much more of the Web3, but like I was just looking at some of your old like trading videos and stuff.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
damn, it's
I
so
got
funny.
back into it. I'm trading. I'm trading now.
Oh,
With
really?
yeah, with the new approach, everything that I've
Yeah.
learned um eh, through the feelings, you
Yeah.
know. Again, like I'm using these feelings to completely make all the decisions, and it's very interesting. I'm playing around with it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, because it's weird because I back in I don't know when I was year eight, I started like just dabbling around with paper trading and copy trading and stuff like that. And then I was doing it for about 2 years, feeling super fiery, like I'd wake up, just want to do it, like I want to do it. But then I started putting pressure on myself to like be better than when I really was, like getting a higher win rate, like better accuracy, like getting winning like trades in a row rather than seeing the whole picture.
Uh-huh.
And then I kind of stopped doing it because I got overwhelmed by it. And then occasionally I'll force myself to go back on, but it always calls me in the back of my mind, like you got to keep trading, like you got to keep doing this because this is such a sustainable path. I think is like being able to play around and just make money. And it's not even the money that entices me. It's more like the seeing the picture, predicting the picture, being right is a whole part of it. Yeah, cool. That like craves my ego side of things, but it's more flowing. It's like getting on the wave, surfing the wave, doing some sick ass tricks on the wave, and then getting off. And that's how I kind of see it. It's like trading's always been so enticing to me, but then my mind has always been like, oh, but you need this, you need that, you need like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But just looking at it from the place of just wholeness is kind of more. It's yeah, it's not like I'm not greedy for it anymore, which is
Yeah.
so many people. I think like the whole guru thing online is like, oh, you got to make X amount of money by the time you're 23, otherwise you're a failure, and you might as well kill yourself. That's pretty much what like the whole thing is in today's day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But
all backwards, all opposite. First you want to create value. And what you mentioned, to be able to extract value from the market, which is a chaos, it takes it takes quite a man to do this. So it's
yeah,
very like if you can do this and you're calm and peaceful and you're not like jittery and nervous and you position yourself well and you feel the market, dude, you're like the best husband a woman could ask. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that
yeah,
if you can handle Bitcoin market, you can handle any woman.
yeah. No, that's so real. Oh, yeah. No, well, what's your strategy at the moment? Like, are you trading? Do you use like fundamentals, or is it mostly just technical analysis, and then just feeling that kind of technical side of things?
So I trade fractals. I always
Ooh.
trade fractals. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I always look where what the market wants to do. And so it's like life. You want to be positioned where in whichever way the life is going to go, right? It's just like you mentioned sailing, right? Or surfing. You want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
surf through. So you don't want to go against the current. You want to go with the current. So you want to feel if the market would behave, how it would behave, like what would be the natural thing for the market to do, right?
Mhm.
And then you put your energy on that and you can feel it. Like if it's going to happen or not, you can feel it.
Mhm.
So you create that type of scenario and then you pick that scenario and then you almost like nurture it, like alchemize it. You can call it specific alchemy.
That's so cool to look at like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because what you're doing is you're taking the like two images, the I'm going to win and I'm going to lose, and then you fusing them together with through the alchemy,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then you make the most optimal decision. And you are not greedy, but you're not too shy, and you extract from the market exactly what the market is willing to give to you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
No,
Because if
yeah.
you get too greedy, you lose it. If you get too shy, you're not making enough money. So you have to, find that middle ground.
Yeah, yeah. It's playing with your desire. It's like really getting good at trading, I think is such a like almost spiritual thing because it's like putting away your ego and seeing that this is a strategy that as long as I repeat this over and over again, I can make money, but I can't put pressure on the outcome because if you put pressure on the outcome, then the whole thing falls apart. Like, oh, it's so, and then with this like alchemy thing, I feel like if you just stay in the fire, as you call it, like it's yeah, you could totally, I can see where it would go with this. It's
Yeah.
enticing.
So that's like a spiritual component, like you said, because you're dealing with the game of chances, right? And so when you're dealing with the game of chances without spiritual component, you cannot do because the mind can only go to the past, to the future, which is usually the same more of the past, because you cannot imagine the different future that was in the past, right? Because it uses the data, knowledge of the past to create the future.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
to get to the real future, you need to prophesize it. You cannot compute it. And the only way you can prophesize is through your soul, through your heart.
yeah,
It
yeah,
comes in as an insight, right? And that gem, that nugget that you were calling it, but that's real. And that's how you
yeah,
make a decision. And you position yourself, and then you use all sorts of factors of uh like patterns, um the nature of fractals, sacred geometry, use all these other things that your mind is capable of to understand to position yourself, based on the natural moves. And market is a natural phenomenon. If I showed you like how it is, you would freak out because it's like a language. It's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
code, you know? And if you see it visually through the fractals, you'll see it language. It's speaking to you. It's giving you hints. It's giving you
Mm.
hints of what is about to happen.
Yeah, even the Fibonacci, like following the Fibonacci thing, you see that on like pretty much every
Yeah,
drawback. It always every single time. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like it breathes. It's like it breathes. It goes up and down and it breathes in and out.
yeah,
It's a different dimension. But yeah, wow.
yeah.
No, I'm
I have
curious to think.
I have actually a call tomorrow. Somebody is asking for private lessons to trade Bitcoin. If you're into
Oh,
this type of stuff, like I can give you private lessons
yeah,
and you
yeah,
can make bank. Start off safely, of course, but
yeah,
you only need to double your money 10 times to turn $1,000 into a million.
exactly.
And
It's not even.
it's not difficult to double the money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you got to be careful. You got to, my problem was in the past, but now I'm approaching it through a different lens. My problem in the past, I had a lot of success just with trading fractals blindly. You know,
Mm.
you can have a lot of success. And I made a lot of money, but I also lost a lot of money. In the
Yeah,
end,
yeah,
I turned out to be better off. I was lucky, I suppose, Um, but back in the day, the way we were trading, it was crazy. Like we were just flinging too much, and it was too risky. Now I don't trade like that anymore. I keep it
mm.
steady, calm, peaceful, making a little bit of money. But like when I say a little bit of money, it's not little. Like last month, I doubled my money in 1 month. That's huge, you know.
Yeah, that's
But to double your money in 1 month, based on the terms of how we used to trade, is nothing. We used to like a five exit in a week, 10 exit in 2 weeks. That's how we used
yeah.
to trade. It was a lot of fun, but also a lot of pain too,
Yeah, because then you just lose it. You lose half of it. You spent like how many hours cultivating this baby, and then you accidentally forget to
Yeah,
feed it for a week, and then it dies.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happened to me a lot. Like I put 2 Bitcoin, turn it into 10 Bitcoin, then got liquidated and end up having 1 Bitcoin after all been said and done. But
yeah.
it was a good experience, like you have to go through pain. You have to go
No,
through pain to really be able to even get to the heart of things.
yeah, I'm curious to see like advice for like a 19-year-old who's kind of going down the path of trading, like exploration in terms of this spirituality. Where should I like put my time? And because you've done, obviously, you've probably done so much, like just seeking, and then to get to this point where you're kind of resolved. I kind of want to know where you would kind of point me. Like it's not. I feel like I always love to have direction, and it's some of it should come from me. But someone else, like I've been watching your videos for a while, I'd say I kind of look up to you in the way you're just so like creative. Like you're like a child, but a man, like a full-grown man and a child at the same time. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
It's like really cool to see like someone who's just so like chill and laid back, but then also this like the I'm not gonna let anything slide kind of thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm just
Yeah.
curious to see where you would point me in the direction, like obviously, like from what you know now, like I buy and sell cars, I trade. I'm really into this like psychology, spirituality. Like I love talking to people about it as well. Like I'll go on these rants where I'm like almost lecturing people about things I've learned. But yeah, I'm just curious to see what you think.
Well, I mean, when it comes to business world, I would say when it comes to finance, you may want to section things like that. For example, 10 to 20% trading gain, right? Because it's a kind of high risk, but actually could reap a lot of rewards. Then you
Mm.
have like a business, which you may keep it like, I don't know, maybe 40, 50% in business, which
Mhm.
and you pick the business, whatever business you want to do, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So you have the trading, the business, and then you have real estate, right? And so real estate is a very slow moving thing, but over time it gives you a lot of rewards. But it asks a lot of time, but it's too slow, you know?
Mhm.
So you have to have all three. You have to be moving in a business, right? In the real estate and then trading. And sometimes, for example, things are not going well in the business and you need a little bit of help. So you put the trading money to revive the business or pivot in the business or whatever that may be, right? And
Mhm.
but you're always secure because even if your business goes over and if your trading does not work, you still have some real estate and maybe some real estate income coming in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
It's a fluctuation between all three. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that would be my advice to how to section everything. And so you have this high risk, medium risk, and low risk.
Mhm.
And you feel secure playing all these games,
Mhm.
you know? And so that's how I would position on that side. And so that's this side is like, the business side is more like I call it the games of war, right?
Yeah,
It's a strategy, you can use your intuition, it's a games of war, right? And maybe Sun Tzu, you know Sun Tzu?
yeah, yeah, Sun Tzu, yeah,
Yeah.
Art of War.
Yeah. So he has a lot of good principles there of how to, be successful there.
Yeah.
And the other side is the games of love. And the games of love is the relationships, romance, all these other things that uh, a man needs to live a fulfilling life because you cannot be all in business because then you become like a maniac, you're not really that sociable. And you cannot be all into woman either because that you also become like a pickup artist or some schmuck, whatever, right? You got to stay in between a stand-up guy, you know, and equality, like you pick quality. You have a good relationship with one woman, you don't fuck around. You're capable of alchemizing the lust, so you are not um, moving from lust. So use that all that lust energy and you turn it into something good, creativity, and then maybe you create something for your girl, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, so the only way you can be a gentleman if you go through the heart. And if you handle that component, the rest of it is just learning principles and applying them and playing the game. It's learning how to play the game. You cannot win the game fairly if you don't move from the heart. That's first thing. This is why like this game is full of schmucks, like it's
Yeah, everyone trying to steal and rob and yeah.
it's deceit and all that stuff. So, but to be able to play the game and remain sort of like sovereign and not get caught in it, it's a challenge. But if you can do it, um, you know, I mean, you can turn out to be pretty boss. And you're starting at 19 years old, and you live
Mm.
like right now in a most transformative transformative phase of life.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
yeah. So there's lots of opportunities,
Mm.
lots of opportunities, but also lots of challenges too.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, but it's fun. I love it. I think learning these things, like I wouldn't say wasted, but I've spent a lot of time just like going down YouTube rabbit holes like left, right, and center. I've gained a lot of information, but it's not really stuff that's like practical. But then the stuff that I have found practical is so like it's kind of life changing. Like the whole alchemy thing that I've stumbled on just from going down YouTube rabbit holes. Like Qigong is also a crazy thing. I don't know if you've messed around much with that, but it's like yeah, Qigong and Neigong, which is like the internal arch of Taoist practice. But those are it's insane. It's so cool. And then I know you've talked a little bit about like the semen retention stuff, but that is also pretty crazy to me, like learning how to have non-ejaculatory or orgasms and that sort of stuff. And then what else have I learned? That's pretty powerful. Yeah, I'd say the visualization and meditation, just like learning to quiet your mind, but also I think that al doing through alchemy is so much easier. Like having your heart and your center is just naturally wants your mind to be quiet because you're putting your attention somewhere else. Like what I explained before is pretty cool. And then yeah, just through social connection and stuff, like going down those avenues of in social situations, rather than having pressure on seeing how things going, it's more like how am I reacting? How am I physiologically changing throughout this conversation? Like if tensions come up or something like that, why are you seeing those tensions? Like what are the anxieties that are caused from it? And like going around in those circles rather than seeing it where most people come from is like, what can I take from the situation? What can I take from the situation? Rather than what can I learn from the situation? And I think it's like the change is going from greed is like taking everything into you was the alchemy is like really expanding out of you like everything is coming out of you and you're observing and then it's flowing from you rather than trying to just grab everything
Yeah,
willy-nilly and just
yeah.
do
Your desire flips. It's not about taking, but it's about creating and playing. You still have the
mm,
desire to create and play. You have to create something and play. This is why you hang out with people, is to play around.
yeah
Just
yeah
play around, whatever. Or maybe you have like some sort of idea together and say like, "Fuck, let's do this." You create something. So as long as you're creating and playing, you're happy, you
mm,
know?
yeah,
And so your approach to life is different. You're not looking for some to get something from people. You're just seeing like, what can we create together and how can we play? And you learn how to play these games and there's lots of games of life, and whatever you like to be good at, that's the one that you pick and you practice and you get good at, man. And you also mentioned like that during interactions, now that you're living or you're living through the heart, so to speak, you can kind of see what it's like. And when every time somebody comes into your life, you meet somebody, you will feel them in your heart. You'll feel their energy, exactly what they like, right?
mm,
And if you feel like there's a lot of like anxiety there, because when you dissolve like your thing, then your thing is gone, but there's other people in your life.
yeah yeah and then
So,
so
so for example, if you are connecting with somebody and they come into your life and you feel like there's some like an anxiety there or whatever, you can do exact same thing, this alchemy thing, to do this for them.
mm,
They may not,
yeah
they may not, it's not like you're doing this for them. It's just that it's going to come natural because you're just going to try to remain at that center. And if anybody wants to be part of your life, they're going to have to be part of it. They cannot just be all dysfunctional and it's just not going to work. It's
yeah
just
because
like
you're
oil and water. It's just not going to mix.
yeah, it's because you're naturally cutting, well, I wouldn't say cutting out, it's like resolving the parts of internally. It's like that having that internal conflict that resides, and then you've resolved it, and now you have a center, and then you just don't. I feel like I naturally just would want to avoid it. Like I wouldn't want people to just come in and fuck with my vibe, I guess, because I'm just coming from this place of bliss, peace and bliss, and like what you talk about, and then everything that isn't aligned with that, you just naturally can see it way faster because you have this, you've been resolved from that internal place. So then you can see the fuckery way easier and identify it and then just cut it out if you need to.
Yes, you will feel it. If the person comes in and says like trying to do a business deal with you, if you feel this tension in your heart that is like very, very how to say, like intense and whatnot, until you resolve that tension, or that person will leave your space because that person may not be able to handle the tension. Because when you live in that energy, anything that contrasts to that, stands out like a sore thumb.
Mm.
So what
Yeah.
happens, you either alchemize it and then they become part of that field, which then you can trust, or if they way too dark, they will leave your field and the business deal won't happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You
that
you
makes sense.
you protect your domain.
Mhm.
You protect your domain. This is why, like, sometimes people say, there's a protection of a man. The real protection of a man is this: it's the energy protection. You feel when the danger is around. Then you know what to
Mhm.
do with the danger. You see, can we resolve this danger? Or this person is too dark or is not going to be willing to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So, like for a hypothetical scenario, like say for example, you met someone that's, or just any negative kind of scenario, you kind of catch your attention. Like I know this is kind of, mm, I wouldn't say mean, but like when you see a homeless person on the side of the road, right? There's like a way they kind of they give off this energy. It's like this like scarcity negative kind of thing. And like sometimes I view it and then I'll see it and then I'll kind of internalize it somewhere. Maybe it's just because I wasn't approaching it from that kind of wholeness place that it just naturally wasn't bouncing off me. But sometimes I will like internalize just random negative things throughout the day and it will like just completely mess up my like state
Yeah,
control. Would
yeah.
you
Well,
just doing the alchemy thing on any sort of negative stuff that comes along, or kind of yeah.
yeah. So life becomes about that. Then you have to choose your battles, okay? Because you can't just go into the world and fix everybody. I mean, maybe if you're like, I don't know, um, super super advanced or not, but like exactly of what you can handle and what is in your way, right? For example, if you keep going right now and you decide to help the homeless people and you spend time with them and you keep alchemizing that scarcity mindset, you will help them. They will
Mm,
pick up their slack, and you will, if you hang out around these types of people and you keep on alchemizing and the energy is higher, people are going to behave different. You can do that, but it's going
yeah,
to be
yeah,
very difficult for you, and it may not have anything to do with your life.
yeah.
You see, so that's why you have to pick your battles. You don't go. You spend time around the people that are your people that are going to help you.
Mm, mm,
Not to say that you can't alchemize anything. Technically, you can alchemize anything. You can meet any kind of person that's willing to let go of their ego and hang out with them, and eventually that will go away.
yeah, yeah. It's just cleaning up the spaces that have just been in my life, but from a
Yeah.
heart that's resolved, that's from whole instead of this just shatteredness. Oh, it's not shatteredness per se, but it's just not clean. It doesn't look clean from the outside in, or from the inside out, should I say? Yeah. I'm curious to see more about this, like the theurgy. So you talked about like going into the finding the state of stillness, and then you feel the emotion of like, say for example, I wanted to manifest, or not necessarily manifest was the right word. I'd say, yeah, if I wanted to realize like a specific car, like a new car through random circumstances. Just this is a hypothetical thing. So then you would feel the emotion and then use your mind to kind of create the images behind it, like the images and the identification. And then do you kind of merge it together on like a lower level, or do you just visualize it? Is like a visualized, you feel it and you also see the images, like the labels that you would get for that
So
theurgy to make a state, I
yeah,
guess.
so theurgy is like um dreaming the feelings.
Mhm.
You don't have to be asleep to dream the feelings.
Yeah,
Like even
okay.
right now, after the alchemy, you can start playing with that energy that is there, and you start letting them come out. And it's kind of art, so it's difficult for me to describe. But you just what you do is you just that peaceful and that blissful feeling. you begin playing with it, and you sort of let it bubble. And uh, for example, if you want a car, you would just let it bubble and look for the feeling, right? If there's like a disconnect happens in your heart again, you have to alchemize it and then look for that feeling again. And so every time you trying to um, narrow the distance between you having a car and you not having a car, you may need to do a little bit of like alchemy and then look for the feeling. And eventually you will find that feeling of what it's like driving that car. And
Mhm.
you want to do this right before you go to bed or right before you go to sleep so you can dream about it.
Okay. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
become lucid in a dream and you end up driving that car in a dream, first of all, you will feel every single detail, every sensation, what it feels like. Maybe, after the acceleration, maybe that will burst you into laughter or whatever that may be in that dream with all of these feelings are going to be is going to be super immersive. And when you have that type of experience, and when you come out of that type of lucid dream, and it's just like the dream itself blew your mind, it's done. You're going to end up having this experience in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You already had it, basically.
Well, you've already had it, and so you just embody it rather than seeing yourself as separate from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And you're not going to be waiting because you already had that experience.
Yeah, because you've talked about lucid dreaming like once or twice in one of your videos. I remember listening to it, but I've never really been able to do it. I think occasionally I'll catch myself that I'm dreaming, but then I'll just wake up. Like I can't stay in that state of just dream. Is it a skill that you've learned, or is it kind of something that you've naturally just been able to do?
It is a skill that I've learned, but it was very easy for me. The first time I tried, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with this thing, it's not difficult.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is, yeah, it is. So what you did here with your heart, with your attention, right? Now, when I asked you interpret the feeling with your sensations, right? So one of the sensations is sight. Okay.
Hmm.
So when you are interpreting that feeling with sight, you may see it as colors. You may start seeing colors in your mind. Die.
Yeah, yeah.
While you're feeling these amazing feelings, you can see them as colors. If you got to this point, you may not even need to fall asleep. You already are dreaming the colors in your mind. You're basically, and they come with the feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be my advice to you. Start with that. Start seeing those feelings. And if you already start seeing the feelings with your imagination, then it's going to be very easy for you to turn this into an image.
As the feelings turn to an image. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, turn the
Because
feeling into them to the image. And a lot of practices of what you do when you go to bed, like one of the things that you could do is it's not necessary, but you could sleep 5 to 6 hours, wake up, take a cold shower to bring your attention and awareness up, just cold shower, like shock yourself. And then you go back to bed. Now that you're attentive and aware and your mind is on, but your body still needs some sleep, you will be able to get in that state where your body is asleep, but your mind is awake. That's what you're
mm,
really looking for. Your body is
mm,
asleep and the mind is awake. That's the state that you're looking for. And if you do this while watching the feelings as images and colors, and you remain aware of it, next thing you know, you will pop up into the dream world, or you're gonna start seeing something like a space, or sometimes it renders like some random room.
mhm.
Sometimes it may end up being not random, but it renders a random room, and you end up in some sort of room, and that's you already in the astral world with all your senses online. You may need
Mm,
to deepen some senses, for example, like that touch the objects around you to see how, look at them at the tiniest detail. That makes like a resolution of everything much better. Then the game is about to engage all of the senses in that astral world. And while all of your senses are engaged, then you just use your imagination and to create whatever you want. I sometimes use portals. I create a portal. If, for example, I create a portal, it's like, now I want to go um, test drive the Ferrari or whatever, right? Go through the portal. There might be Ferrari already. You sit in it, and you see what it's like driving around that Ferrari. But the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the experience, when you come out of these types of experiences, they're so vivid, they're so real, they're more real than you ever experience in the physical life.
Because it's purely a mental construct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really comes back. Like, one thing that I always keep at the top of my tongue, like a bit of information, is like your physical senses can only see 0.035% of reality, and the other 99.65 is the quantum scale, is like energy and vibration is, and yeah, just you saying that is like another proof, I guess, to the pudding is that your mind can create things that are so more vivid and so real then even reality kind of feels like that's why even sometimes when I'm dreaming and I'll just wake up and I'll be like, there's no way I was asleep. Like it's just the most real things that you can experience. But it's cool that you can just make that, yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna become more and more vivid the more you stay in the essence and the more you alchemize, the more you stay in that peaceful bliss. And this is why my advice is just go through that. Go through that. Like the feeling will, like the warm feeling, for example, then see like what it's look like, that warm feeling. And then, for example, I close my eyes and I'll see it like the light right now. And so you see, and if you go a little bit deeper, you go into more immersed, you may start seeing all sorts of fractals and sacred geometry patterns and things like that, right?
Mhm.
At first, it may be sort of like not that vivid, but at least you are interpreting the right thing. You're going from the heart to the mind.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense?
Not the mind to the heart because the heart is the weapon and the mind is the tool, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the heart is the boss, actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, or because it's a quantum computer, right?
Mm,
It's not even, it's quantum processing unit, I suppose. It has an infinite capacity. The mind always has temporal capacity, limited.
mm, mm.
And it's always going to have be a great tool, but lousy master.
Yeah, yeah. Get slapped around. Slapped around by real life.
Yeah, man. But you're on a great start, bruh. Like, I can't wait to see what you're gonna create.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like even just like throughout the conversation, I'll get these little things that'll come up, like me needing to work on cars because I buy and sell cars. I've got like five sitting on my road at the moment. It's like thinking and feeling that feeling of like, oh shit, it's not done yet. But then I was just sitting with it, and just letting it come up and feeling where it comes from, and then just kind of reducing it and realizing it's just unnecessary. It's stupid complaining, or not necessarily complaining, but it's just yeah.
Yeah, it's just not gonna be there because when you sit on your golden throne, there's nothing to make the mind move because that angst was moving the mind. Mind
Mm,
doesn't do anything by itself. It has to have
mm,
that energy. So it's not even the fault of the mind. It was just that thing, right?
yeah.
Now that you're more at peace, daydream a lot. Daydream was like what would be cool. Like, okay, if I have my clients and I can make this much money on this, and like that's where you want to spend your bucks, like the good
Yeah.
feeling that you have, you keep
Yeah.
turning them into images that you want in your life.
Mm, yeah. Cool.
And
And now
so
practice game. Like I've kind of realized it now. It's just do it. Keep doing it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Sit in
that's
there.
it. That's it. That's it. It's about doing it now. Like you have the sufficient basics for I don't know for how long, but you don't need to know more than that at
Mm,
this point, you know? Like
yeah,
you if you could just get to that alchemizing the negative feelings into positive feelings, bringing the positive feelings into your mind, into your mind's eye, and tuning into the images, that's that's massive.
mm,
If not everything. Now, of course, you still need to learn skills in the physical world, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not that difficult.
But you've covered how the physical interacts with the mental, I guess. Yeah. It's like learning to see what you want to rather than seeing everything. It's like curating your experience. It's like this will happen. Now I can alchemize it to be whatever I want. Like sit in the feeling, changes the feeling, turns into that wavy heat thing, and then you just kind of express it.
Yeah, it is it's a creative process. It's a truly creative process. You're
Mm-hmm.
taking something that is kind of broken pattern, dissolve it, and you create something that is real. This is a truly creative process. And you know what else? You'll notice that there's nothing outside of it. Like
Mm.
the energy when it's kind of trying to move away and create all sorts of thoughts, sometimes it may not be yours. Actually, it's never yours. We think that it's ours, that these are the same patterns that it's been for thousands of years. This is, they might be a little bit different, but neither of us have original thought if we go
Yeah.
from the ego into the thinking, right? But the original thought is the insight that comes from the infinite, is the combination that's never been done before. That's why, like, what makes your soul unique, because you can create something that no one else can create. It's a,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's the uniqueness of each single soul. Egos are all the same. Souls are
Mm.
all unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're
Well,
going to create something. I don't know what that's going to be, but yeah,
will come from it. That's it. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
looking forward. Oh, sweet. Mm. Yeah, thank you for showing me. Like, thank you really much. It's
No,
cool.
no problems. Just keep your attention there. Really, it's all about that. It's like things may try to take your attention away, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back to that thing.
Mm.
And that thing is kind of elusive, but you can always find it.
Yeah, yeah. It's always run. Mm. Cool.
But that's where you find everything. The thing that your
Yeah,
mind was running away from, that's where everything is.
yeah. Just follow it and
Yeah,
then see what it really is.
yeah. That's
Rather than
sometimes it's called following your northern star
yeah,
or
yeah.
going through the eye of a needle. Many expressions,
Mhm.
but that's in the essence of what it is.
Yeah.
Dude,
All
amazing
right.
talk.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like seriously.
My pleasure.
It's awesome. So how am I supposed to pay you for this, by the way?
Or let me stop recording and we'll talk about it.
Sweet. Sounds good.